Hi, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing StarWars Squadrons. This is an EA game, and if you're a Star Wars fan, I would say that this is a must. It is a great game, and there's a few things within this that really do enhance it for every single Star Wars fan out there, and it literally can, if you have the right gear, put you right in the middle of the Star Wars universe. Make your dreams come true by sitting in a TIE fighter or an X-Wing and put you right in the middle of all of the action. And I think this is going to be absolutely fantastic for many people who have VR sets and are able to actually do this. Now let's get into it and have a look at exactly what it is. So you can play both as the Empire or as the Rebel Alliance, and it's split into a 10-hour campaign with two main multiplayer modes. Both sides of somehow feel completely different despite sharing the same set of controls, and the story favouring immersion and the multiplayer providing more of a compelling starfighting experience you're actually looking for. Now I would say being on the dark side, if you want to use those words, I would find that really exciting to be on the dark side, and I did with this game as well. I just love that. I think there should be a movie made about the dark side, about how they pay all the wages, about how they run the whole universe, and then you've got the terrorists who are the Rebel Alliance. I've always wondered why it was done from that point of view, but there you go. So let's see what else it has to offer. Now the latter is the Squadron's gameplay truly comes into its own, which it does, and it's only better when you're actually in the terrifying beauty of VR. Now virtual reality makes this game phenomenal. Now in a while I'll show you a clip where you're actually in an X-Fighter and you can look around and you can see the whole universe. And what I did was I took the X-Fighter into practice mode, and I just flew and mixed all the ships and everything, and you can actually see the size of some of these destroyers and everything like this, and it makes you realize how big some of these ships actually are, and you really do get a sense of being in the actual place. You can even turn around with VR and look behind you and see your little R2 unit sitting in the top of your X-Wing fighter as well, and it really does make you feel like you actually are in that universe. And for a Star Wars fan like me, it is absolutely fantastic to be in that position and make yourself feel that you're actually there. It's just so close to reality. It is absolutely brilliant, and I would say everyone has to experience this game in particular in that way, especially if you are a Star Wars fan. Now the game is set after the destruction of the second Death Star, in this strange kind of limbo between the trilogy and the sequels. I'm not sure if it's at the same time as the Mandalorian series that's set at that time as well, possibly. It felt like a very strange time, and one thing in particular, the missions don't have a massive consequence on the fight between the Empire and the Alliance. There's no like game changers in there as such. They're just very small missions and work really well. And this is a series of the ships. You've got the bombers, the fighters, the interceptors, and the support. All the things that you would actually expect and want within a game like this as well. Now as I said, there's all kinds of ships, and here's just some of the different things that you can get. When you chase a ship through the debris fields, that is absolutely fantastic, especially in VR as well. You will feel that it's completely unscripted, which is absolutely brilliant. There's a time when you're actually in the asteroid field as well, and you have to really keep your wits about you. Now when the game does slip into feeling a little bit unscripted, that is absolutely fantastic, and if you are looking for a bit more excitement, then that is the way to use the VR. It does feel absolutely great in that sense. So we've got the Empire ships, as you can see here. I've always thought the Empire ships just looked a bit cooler, obviously being a rock fan. They just look a bit cooler, look a bit more rock and roll than the actual Rebel Alliance ships that look a little bit more sedate, a bit more beige. I suppose that could be to do with the colour, though the shapes of the ships are really pretty cool as well. But I did always think that the ships on the Empire side look better. The TIE fighter, obviously the TIE fighter cockpit looks absolutely great as well, as does the interceptor, and the maneuverability is absolutely phenomenal. There's lots and lots and lots of great action for you as well. The battle scenes are great, the dogfights are amazing, and it is a great game to actually play in that sense, especially with virtual reality. Amazing space battles, massive explosions, lots and lots going on, and if you do happen to think, oh, I want it to be a bit more exciting, and you upgrade to a higher level, be prepared. It gets beyond chaotic, and you can be hit by debris, you can hit by a crashing ship, you can be shot from what appears to be right across the universe. It is a completely different level when you move up to, I think it's called Ace, when you move to the next level, and it does feel like the game doesn't really want you to do that. It feels like it's a little bit against you, which is a little bit of a strange one, but you just have to be prepared, and it is a lot more chaotic, but it's pretty chaotic anyway. Now the X-Wing is where the game really comes into its own, is in virtual reality. So if you pick the X-Wing, as probably many people will, then you will feel part of the Star Wars universe, and it's the way to go. It really, really is. If you haven't got a VR set, go out and get one. I think they're only a couple of $100 now, and you will get a true sense of the world and how large the ships actually are when you fly across and along and around them. Stick it into practice mode, and it is absolutely fantastic. You need to also get the hang of all of the controls as well. Sometimes I did feel like the game was actually setting you up to play in multiplayer mode, for want of a better word, because you can actually move the power, so you can move the power from the weapons to the shields, and from the engines to the shields as well, and that's front and rear. So there's a lot to actually figure out to do that. For when you're attacking and people are shooting, to say somebody's chasing you in a dogfight, you want to have the shield stronger on the rear, so you'll want to know how to do that, and the game does prompt you and get you to do all those things, which does set you up for multiplayer mode as well. Using the virtual reality is really does make you feel part of the actual universe. It's the ultimate way to be transported into this world, and for fans of Star Wars, it must be far and far away the best experience of the game, bar none. It really, really does transport you into the universe itself. So this is what the cockpit actually looks like, as you can see here. What I will do now, I will actually put a little clip in now. It's only about 20 seconds long or so, and it is in VR, so you can actually see what it is like and what it looks like, and there'll be a look around as well, so you can see behind it. I'll do that now for you.
Sounds desperate. Can anyone make out what he's saying? They're working on it. Okay, Echo Squadron, on me.
This is Admiral Akbar to Echo Squadron.
Echo Leader here. Admiral, any luck pinpointing that distress call?
Hopefully.
So I hope you enjoyed that. Gives you an idea of what it's like to actually sit in the cockpit. VR also gives you something extra in multiplayer mode. The intensity is higher as you give chase and chase people down. It's truly the true game of intergalactic cat and mouse, and you don't really get that in single player mode. And you'll be able to find where to hide and where to get brand new routes, so you can't be found, and after a while you'll gain the fluidity and controls, and you'll be able to go on a kill streak. Learning all of the controls and everything is key to protect yourself, and if you get a VR set, it is an unbelievable experience, especially if you're a fan. And as you can see from these images, this is what it's like. You get an idea of how chaotic it is, and it really, really does bring the game to life. That's what VR is all about. Now, in the early stages, players will need to pick nifty ships or faster ships for the initial dogfight, and able to achieve more kills and swing the battle morale meter in their favour. Now, some of these ships look absolutely fantastic. There's an Interceptor one here, and the TIE Fighter. The detail is absolutely brilliant, and they look great and are great to fly, and it's really, really good chasing the rebels down. It really, really does. It is just hours and hours of entertainment. It really, really, truly is. Learning when to time your attacks. This is a very important one, especially if you're playing in multiplayer mode. And as I said earlier, switching the power to your engines and swapping the ship loadout means there's a fair bit of depth in multiplayer battles, despite the game really having only two proper player modes. Now, learning to move all the power to different parts of the ship makes a massive difference. But if you get quite a few friends together online and play in multiplayer mode, you'll be able to coordinate attacks to actually take down much larger ships, and that's the way to do it. Get yourself a microphone and get everything organised, and then you will be able to create your own battles and your own success within the multiplayer mode, and it works really well. Plus, when you're getting chased down in a dogfight, it feels completely different in VR and completely different in multiplayer mode as well, because it's other people really chasing you down. It's not the game. You don't want to be taken out by the AI, that's for sure. You want to be taken out by another player who is actually chasing you down properly. But getting a team together makes a massive difference, and far better for all the hours and hours of enjoyment that you'll have. So that's more or less it. This game will make you want to go back to the cockpit and shoot as many enemies as possible. This is what this game does. It makes you want to go back time and time again, and it really does get its teeth into you. It hooks you in really brilliantly, and you'll want to play hour after hour, day after day. And if you don't have a VR set, go out and get one. This game has to be experienced with a VR headset. It really does. It's an overall thrilling and great ride, and that is StarWars Squadrons. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.
They locked onto me. Got a missile on me.